Excited because we are now just over 100 days away to the return of hockey to the Orlando area, and the Solar Bears are back and looking forward to their first year coming up in the ECHL. Big news today because the Solar Bears formally introduced, they've already done it, at least by announcing, but formally introduced their head coach today. We get to talk to him. He's in the studio. Drake Berehowsky is here. Welcome. I told you, this is beautiful Orlando weather, right? You're used to this stuff, huh?
Oh, it's great. It's better than shoveling, so, I'm okay with it. It's still warm outside, which I like.
You won't get the snow part, but this will clear up and the sun will come out. Give folks a little bit of an idea about your background. I'm going to ask you a bunch of stuff about your playing days and stuff, but you had been coaching in Peoria, and tell me how this came about when you learned of this opportunity. Was it something you said, wow, I want to pursue? Did they come after you? How did this come about?
Well, I was coaching in Peoria the last 3 years. My head coach there, Jared Bednar, great coach, great person. We started talking about where I wanted to go with my career, and I obviously wanted to become a head coach. So we heard that Solar Bears were coming out of hibernation. I thought it'd be a great opportunity. He put in a call for me, and they were able to get a hold of Bob, Jason, and Joe, and it just went from there. We exchanged a couple phone calls, and fortunately for me, I got the job.
Being a head coach is the dream, obviously, of anybody that gets into that profession. When this opportunity came about, I'm guessing you felt there were a lot of people coming after this job.
Yeah, too many people for my liking. But I like to think that I'm well prepared. I've done the work over the years to show that I'm ready for this position. I have a lot of connections out in NHL, AHL world, so I think it was a great fit. I had been with a franchise before that was just starting out in Nashville, so to be a part of something like this is exciting, and the excitement and enthusiasm of the fans that are coming out now and that I talk to just going into a store, it's incredible, and you can never replace that. So I'm really looking forward to this year.
For it to catch the New England accent?
Just a little bit.
No, just kidding. It's a Ontario accent. Now, you played a lot of years. You're in the NHL. You've bounced to a number of different places. You traveled a lot. One thing I noticed about your bio, you were traded several times.
Yes, definitely. Everybody wanted me. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. But what's that like? Because you have to accept that if you're going to be a hockey player, everybody gets traded, right? What's that like when somebody comes and said, listen, pack the bags, you're going here?
It's hard at times. Sometimes you grow roots in a place and you have some great friends, but I always look at it as an adventure. I'm going to a new place. I always like to be entrenched in the community. My wife right now and my kids, we're going to be so involved in this community.
Right.
We make it our home while we're here, and we make our friends, and it's incredible. I can go probably anywhere in the country and with a phone call have a place to stay or a free meal. So I look at it as exciting to go to a new place, meet new people. It's an adventure for us.
I shared this story with our producer, Brian Fritz, last night, so I'm doing a little research on you. All right, 1988 junior hockey, you're taken by the Kingston Raiders, who I then learned was a unique team, that the owner of the team at the time wanted to adopt the Oakland Raider mentality. Team colors, tough guy attitude, and then I realized he was also looked as a psychopath.
I don't know if he was a psychopath. He was a good guy. He did want all the Oakland stuff. He was, he was an interesting guy. He has some businesses down in Florida, actually, to tell you the truth. I've ran into him a couple times over the years. It's too bad. He wanted to kind of revolutionize the game and be that guy that everybody thought of as, crazy. But he was a good person. He did want the best for his players, and we did have cool colors, that's for sure.
And again, you can't trust Wikipedia for everything, but here's what it says on Wikipedia. The OHL, the league, encouraged him to sell the team as fast as possible because of his unpopularity.
Oh, definitely. We had meetings. He wanted to move the team, but it was, it was interesting. And the place he wanted to move it has a team now. So, and they're thriving. Kingston's thriving as well too. So, the OHL has expanded and grown in so many great ways these days. They all have new rinks, beautiful rinks. So it's become more of a real business and a showpiece for hockey players to be able to play in there.
Drake Berehowsky is with us. He is the new head coach of the Orlando Solar Bears, who will return this coming fall with just over 100 days to the start of the season. What is the biggest challenge for you now as a head coach?
Recruiting players. That's what I'm doing now. I'm on the phone all day. I go into the office and it doesn't stop. The phone keeps ringing. I'm making phone calls. I'm trying to get the best players available, and it's hard because no one becomes a real free agent until July 1st. So I'm trying to get a head start on all of it. You're not really allowed to talk to the players that want to come here, so you have to, you have to be careful on who you call and what you say to them.
How do you build a roster? I mean, you got a combination of some veterans. You want young players. You have an affiliation now with the Minnesota Wild. So how does the roster come together?
Well, Minnesota's going to be sending us some guys. Houston's going to be sending us some guys. And then the rest of the guys, I'd like to have a young team. I want an exciting team that's entertaining. I want the fans to leave the game saying, geez, those guys worked really hard, win or lose. Hopefully more wins than losses. But I want a hard-working team that's physical, gets up and down the ice, plays with pace.
Right now, when you look at me, you think left winger, defenseman, what is it that stands out?
Backup goalie.
Wow. That was a dagger right there.
I figure you're going to throw some at me.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine when the goalie gets injured and you look over the bench and Daniel's like, oh, no.
I could have said practice goalie, though, but I didn't do that. So.
Wow, yeah.
That's just target practice there.
Right, that kind of hurt, but that's okay. ECHL, for those that don't know, they're still learning about the Solar Bears in their new home. Give me a little bit of background on what you see, what the ECHL is.
Well, it's a developmental league. It's for players who want to improve and get better. We're going to get players that just came out of college, finished junior hockey, finished Canadian University, and they still have that dream of playing in the NHL. You've got to sometimes, you've got to start somewhere. It's a great starting point for these kids in pro hockey. If they develop, they get a call up into the American League, then they can get a call up into the NHL, and who knows from there. There's so many players nowadays that have come out of the East Coast League. It's unreal, so it's a great developmental league. We have lots of time for practicing. I like to teach. That's my favorite part, is being on the ice with these kids. So I'm looking forward to developing a lot of guys and hopefully moving them on to the next level.
How has scouting over the last several years, maybe decade, changed with the growth of the sport in the southeast and southwest portion of the country?
Well, it's funny. You talk about that. I was just talking to an assistant coach about a month ago about that, and the game has grown so much now, and the South here and out west in L.A. and stuff, they're coming up. Arizona, they're coming up with some great players. So scouts are coming down here all the time to look at guys now. It's funny. You look at the scouting sheets and born in Florida, or born in L.A. or Arizona. It's amazing to see how the game has grown.
In the ECHL, we're going to have to develop rivals, okay? One of the owners of the team, Bob Arablo, is sitting next to us. So I took a look at the schedule, okay, Drake, and he did you no help here, by the way, or the league did. But we need some rivalries, and right out of the box, I'm saying Greenville's going to be a rival of ours, okay? And I want some gloves dropping here because we play them on the 28th of October, okay? And then Bob and the league set you up with a nice 4-game and 5-night road trip where we're going up to the Carolinas. Greenville's the second game of that road trip. It'll be chippy, probably be something happening. I want gloves dropping early in that.
You know what? We're going to set the tone in every game we play. No, I
want it early in that one.
Yeah, well, I like that too. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for players that want to be physical, and if you look at coaching overall, coaches usually take on the personality of, or the team usually takes on the personality of the coach, and I never back down. I'd like to think I never back down from anything, and I hope the team does as well.
I'm just looking
are we
now.
Talking about scrapping with the other coach maybe or whatever? You start jaw-jacking each other from the sidelines?
Listen, I'm just telling you right now, in Greenville, if the roster's the same, this guy T.J. Reynolds needs to go down. 220 penalty minutes last year. I want this early, okay?
All right, well, we'll do our best.
Probably a great guy, and I've just set this up and stuff like that.
Set a tone, like you said.
See, I don't want to say anything with bounties
No.
We'd get into big trouble.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, I think the people here have to be happy that, at least you speak with the media rather than like the Rangers coach.
Oh, don't pick on Torts. Come on. Are you going to be like that?
Never. You know what? I like the stuff he does sometimes, but I'll always be nice to you, especially you're my first interview here.
You will, and I think Bob Arablo is going to agree with me, this team is not going to be liked in this league because of the luxuries that it has.
You know what?
No, I mean, you play in the best building, and that's not a knock on the league. It's just where you are. It's Florida, so out of the box, you'll have a reputation that you're not liked.
Oh, definitely. And then you look at our facilities. They're phenomenal.
Right.
Our facilities are NHL quality facilities. Our practice rink it's incredible. Like, I came in here, and my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe it. It's nicer than any American League team that I've been to.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty cool thing to be a part of the inaugural season with the facilities we have. with the way we want to get into the community, it's going to be amazing, and players will want to come here.
Bob,
play.
I'm telling you got to do this now. The big jumbotron at the Amway Center, you start doing our home, your home. You just show pictures of their building and what the weather's like in their town versus our town. And the crowd starts chanting our home, your home.
I was even thinking, for instead of trash talking, all you have to do is take pictures and just tweet them to players on the other team.
Well, we're all going to get golf memberships and let the other teams go golfing the day before and maybe get sunburned so they can't play as well.
Whatever it takes, right?
That's right.
Whatever. Worst building you ever played a game in?
Oh, you know what? I played over in Germany, and I played in an outdoor rink game, and it was cold. It was a cold, cold night. So, they had a roof over top of it. The wind was still coming in from all the sides.
You're saying long before the NHL had this idea about these outdoor classics, you were playing in a place that wasn't meant to be an outdoor classic.
That's right. But you know what? The fans still came out, and the atmosphere was still cool.
Did you ever trade a player for equipment?
A six-pack.
No.
Fish.
Not yet. It depends how good the equipment
Fish.
is.
Yeah. I got 8 pounds of carp that I'm going to move for you.
Why not?
Worst bus ride?
Worst bus ride. Well, last year we had, and I love our bus driver last year in Peoria.
This is a setup right here. Here it goes.
But he went about an hour and a half the wrong way, and we had to turn around. So the trip turned out to be like an 18-hour trip instead of a 12-hour trip.
Wow. That can't be fun.
No, it's not. But we had a nice bus, so it was all right. I can sleep on the bus. So, yeah, I have 6 kids at home, so when I get on the bus, it's kind of nice. It's quiet. I can watch a movie without a kid poking my face or anything like that. So I don't mind the bus trip so much.
Bother that the cup is in the United States?
No, I think it's good for hockey. I know some of the players on L.A.
It bothers you. It bothers you.
They're good guys. And you know what? Luke Robitaille, I played with him, and he's a great person. So I'm happy for that organization.
So how much do you miss hitting people?
You know what? It's hard. You get out your aggression and stuff when you get to go out and go to the rink every day. So it's tough, but it took some time to adjust.
Well, I was going to say, if you miss it right now, we wanted to welcome you into the community and let you hit Kravitz into the door here. We were thinking that.
Yeah, he looks like a big guy. He might hurt me.
What? No.
He's wearing a Batman shirt.
He's not hitting you. You're hitting him.
Yeah.
You might get an elbow up or something like that.
That's about the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I mean,
I'm sure you would knock me out, though.
We would love to see him get checked into the door or the wall here.
It's a brand new studio. I don't want to ruin your brand new studio.
Well, that's why I said the door. We can do the door.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to hurt that door.
All right, before I let you get out of here, what's the biggest thing now in the course of, say, the next 30 days for you?
I'm going to recruit a team.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to make calls. I want to get some great players, and I want to get involved in the community. We're going to move down as soon as we can. My whole family's coming. We're packed up already in Peoria. We're trying to find a house here, and once we get down here, we'll be involved in that community. I'm excited about it. I got to get some players now, and we're going to put a real exciting brand of hockey on the ice, and I hope everyone comes out and watches us, and they won't be disappointed when they come out.
I'll give you one more chance. I don't skate backwards, and I can't really stop. So any thoughts now on another position outside of the goalie spot?
Well, I need someone to move pucks sometimes now because you can't skate backwards, so now you start really scaring me. I thought you could at least skate backwards. You're
can't
from New
skate
York.
backwards. Can't skate backwards and can't stop.
Well, we'll have to get you on the ice.
Can't stop.
Bob, we should put him in some goalie equipment and let some guys take some shots on him.
Daniels is great with the partner dance on the roller skates.
Yeah, or just holding onto the boards as they go around the side and stuff like that. Drake Berehowsky is the head coach. Going to be downtown at 2:45, getting the key to the city. What does that open? What does that do? Ask the mayor that today. When
it gets into the mayor's
that.
private bathroom at City Hall.
He gets the key to the city at 2:45 today. Some of the bars on Church Street? Okay, there you go. To learn more about everything with the Solar Bears tickets and schedules, go online to OrlandoSolarBearsHockey.com. Drake, welcome. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.